So you're in the middle of the quarantine and the bread aisles are picked clean and you want some hot dog buns for the kids. Well, let me show you how to make this simple, light and airy bread that can serve for hot dog buns or burger buns, and all you're gonna need is a bowl and a wooden spoon, no stand mixer. Welcome to the Bear Pantry Show. If you're looking for authentic Belizean recipes, then you're in the right place. My name is Barbara and this is Cooking Made Simple. This is the first time that I'm making this recipe, and although it calls for water and milk, it doesn't say if it has to be warm. So I've decided to heat up the water and the milk for 20 seconds each in the microwave. They both started at room temperature, and I'm just nuking it a little bit because we're going to need this to activate the yeast, and I'm really nervous that if it's not warm, the yeast will not be activated. So these are the ingredients: milk, water, yeast, sugar, egg, all-purpose flour, salt, and butter, room temperature butter. And I will put the list in the description below, okay? So let's start with the water, and then the milk. Let me test it. Yeah, it's lukewarm. And then the yeast. Okay, that's pretty, huh? The sugar. And then the one egg. Let me go ahead and beat this. And then dump it all in here. And then whisk it until it's well incorporated. It's going to take like a minute or so, okay? Okay, this is good. 10 minutes later, it's time to add the salt. The reason that we don't add the salt before the yeast is activated is because that will slow it down, okay? So now I'm adding the flour in a little bit at a time. And this recipe was converted. Well, I had to convert it because it was in grams and milliliters and Celsius and stuff like that. So I'm doing my best to convert it. So I'm not sure if we're going to need all the flour that we have for the ingredients, all right? So it says 2 cups. We might need a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. Okay, so let's put a little bit more flour and work it in really well with the spoon. You can use the handle of the wooden spoon or the handle of a spatula, but I'm doing fine with using the spoon. What I'm going to do right here is just speed up in the editing because I don't want to cut away, because I want you guys to see every step of the way what happens as we add the flour, okay? Now it's time for me to get my hand in here, and you will know when that time comes for you because it'll start to get annoying using the spoon, okay? Let me add a little bit more flour and just work it through. I'm trying to make it not be so sticky because I still have to add the butter. Don't think I've forgotten that I haven't added the butter yet. So this is the type of bread that you add the butter after the dough is already formed, because that's what's going to make it so light and airy. Oh, I hate this part so much. I'm not even gonna lie, guys. If you don't like this part, put on one of those serving gloves. You just have to get it worked in. It's just gonna act like it's falling apart, but you're just gonna have to get the butter worked in. So it's coming. It just needs a little bit of time. And if you feel like yours is not coming back together, then add a little bit of flour, okay? But work it as much as you can. Just kind of keep punching it. Okay. It's feeling a lot more firm. See? I've slowed down the video now so you guys can see. Very sticky. A little bit more flour. Okay, let me get this out of here. It's really very moist. And that's exactly what you're looking for. Some people will put some oil on the counter, but I prefer to use flour. So I just kind of want to fold this in on itself so I can form it into a ball. So let's squish it and then kind of fold it. Squish it again and then fold it. And then just shape it into a ball. And I'm going to put it right back into the same bowl that I made it in. And then cover it up. Set it aside on the counter here. 1 hour later, voila! It's beautiful. It's so soft. It's the kind of dough that you're going to love to play with. Okay, so let's get the air out. Just going to re-knead for a little while. You could do it like this, kind of pull it in on itself. And you're going to hear the air just come out of it. Now let's squish it down into a disc. I'm going to use this big knife to try to cut it first into 2. You know what? Let me grab my dough cutting thing here. I feel like it's sharper than that knife. Cut this piece into 2. And then again. Why? Because we want to get 8 equal pieces without using a scale, okay? Let's grab this piece and speed it up. So we have 8 pieces. So I'm just going to form this piece into a dome or a mushroom on the top, pinch the bottom, and then cup it in my hand on the counter like this, and roll it until it's tight. Dip it in some flour. This is the same flour from the first 2 cups. So I think I have like 1/8 of a cup that I didn't use in the dough, okay? Pinch it, cup it, and you can also roll it between your 2 hands like this. I'm going to roll off all 8, and then use the rolling pin to just go ahead and flatten this into a rectangle. Okay. Because now we're going to roll it like a towel or a rag, kind of like if we're making a loaf. Just pinch it tight, okay? And then pinch it shut on the bottom, bend the ends under, roll it, and keep it as straight as you can, and then transfer it to a baking sheet lined with parchment paper, and continue the process with all the other pieces. This is the last piece. You see how I rolled it in towards myself, right? Pinch it shut, turn down the bottoms, or the ends I should say, roll it, and then onto the baking sheet. And I'm going to cover it up again with the same cloth. And see you guys in about 45 minutes. Okay. Now we have to put a little bit of wash on the top. 1 egg yolk and 2 tablespoons of milk. And we're just going to brush this on to each of the loaves. This is the last one. Now the oven is up to temperature to 350. The recipe said 170 degrees Celsius, which is 338 degrees, but I don't know anybody that bakes on those odd numbers, so I'm doing 350 for 20 minutes. Okay, they're ready. They smell good. Oh, yes. Beautiful. Let's separate them right away. Let's socially distance them, guys. I hope you guys are staying safe. Alright, go ahead and put them to cool on the wire cooling rack and allow them to cool down while I get a couple of hot dogs ready for these beautiful buns. I know you can microwave the hot dogs, but I boil them. Why? They look better for the picture. So I have 2 dogs here. Let me shut this off. And look at the bread. I cut it. Does not look good. So let me show you what they did in the video. They crushed it and then they tore it. Gorgeous, right? So I'm only going to do it to that one. I'm thinking that I should have totally like make a form out of aluminum foil to put between the 8 so some of them are not twisted like this. But Jada says it gives it character, so I don't know what you guys want to do, but they came out pretty good regardless. So let's get the hot dog. Put it in here. Now, I don't know why my viewers, it was a husband and wife that came in separately in my live event and say, teach us how to do hot dog buns. Maybe they couldn't find any at the store. Ooh. Making it all pretty, but it's twisted during this quarantine. So I'm going to set it here so I could do my thumbnail picture. And then when I come back, I'm going to taste and tell you what it tastes like, all right? Let me just make another one. Okay, guys, so I don't cut it on this end that's totally sealed. I cut it on this end. Just use a bread knife and go right in. See? Again, that's gorgeous. See? Now this one has 2 sealed ends, so I'm going to go from here. And you can make any type of sandwiches with these. They don't have to just be hot dogs, alright? Let's see which one. This looks more sealed or less sealed. Let's look and see. So I did a beautiful thumbnail picture outside. Goodness, I thought I cut more of these. And you know what, guys? The house has been hustling and bustling. People cooking, people eating, just all day long. So I've been like popping in and out trying to do this. So I'm going to taste the one with the ketchup. Leave the one with the mustard for Joe. That's a good bread. Come on, Joe, if you want to taste. It's very light. I saw a lot of videos where the hot dog breads look perfect on the outside. And when they broke it open, that's a dense. You want the one with the ketchup? I heard your jaw go click just now.
It's good, people.
It's nice and sweet, huh? It has a little sweet tinge to it.
It's
Not
good.
sweet like dessert though. Try it and tell me how it comes out. I wish I could remember the name of the husband and wife that came and asked me for this, but if you guys check back, this is for you. Hot dog buns. This one's always dancing. I'm eating the chips. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow,
Bye, people.
comment, all that good stuff. Bye. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you're seeing me on Facebook, don't forget to follow, like, and share the page. If you're seeing me on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share the page. And if you want to see me on a different platform, come and join the membership at Patreon. It's patreon.com/Bear Pantry Show.